Whoa, whoa, whoa. What up, people? Man, Yak Chicago's finest, man. Yak Chicago's finest. Man, I was just over there on China's page, man, and it's a real debate going on about the CK situation, man. And you know, I'm gonna take my take on it, man. So let's go. Yak Chicago's finest, Yak Chicago's finest, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Anybody that tap in, man. Excuse me, I'm gonna jump in on this little conflict, I would call it. A lot of people taking, different sides of how they looking at this. I see a lot of people, this the CK situation that I'm talking about. Now you got a lot of people that's going off with if you're a so-called street guy, no matter what you do, you don't talk to any authorities, you don't say anything about or against any authority. Everybody have this so-called the stiff way of being sturdy, how they looking at this situation. Now the situation is CK saw this. Either he was a an officer, a bail bondsman, whatever, somebody in a uniform with a badge. He wound up going up to the car, tapping on the car window. The young man looked up, and the dude allegedly fired. Now, when the officers start coming on the scene or whatever, CK allegedly said something, man, asked for the sergeant or whatever, and told him what happened. So you got Divine and a lot of other people that, I guess don't like CK or look at CK in a certain type of light. Oh, that's ratting. He's a snitch. He's this, he's that, and the third. I'm like, man, I don't think that's ratting me personally. If you going by the book of street ethics, yeah, you could consider that's talking, that's saying something to authorities, that's speaking to authorities about anything that happened. So yeah, these bullshit ass street rules. Technically, you would say he went against what the so-called live by. But the reality of it is we need to understand that shit that we living by, these codes that we so-called abiding by, is a whole bunch of bullshit. You know what I mean? That's just being for real. Man, Combo, what up, State, what up, Rich, what up, what up, what up? That's just a bunch of BS to me. Cause it's like, man, we gotta look at things in reality and in real time. Even if you so-called affiliated in any of these organizations, you are a man, you are a black man first. And at some point, man, y'all got to stop putting people on the gun line to make them lose being a man with values first. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. And it's like, man, we supposed to live by this ethics or this so-called unwritten code of buffoonery to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, every organization that's created, somewhere along the top of those rules and regulations that you're going by is going to be, I don't give a fuck what it is, policing, providing, and protecting your community, your own people in that community. Where did that shit get shifted where you got to so-called be this, you got to be a savage with just wretched ass mentality to be considered a member or organization, lead, whatever. I think that's bullshit. Personally, I don't think that's telling. That's under a whole nother umbrella. You got people that just using this just to have some type of rhetoric to speak on talking about how stiff they are in the streets. I don't believe that shit. You got Gotti over there. No, if you are a gangster, you supposed to be ready to shoot. Gotti shouldn't even be speaking on this type of situation anyway, because he should have put batteries in some damn kids back and get somebody really violated for him running his mouth just being an asshole. Plus, the rules apply to certain people. Not all things have gotten so watered down. It's crazy, exactly. And it's like, man, when did you have to? You have to have a blank. You have to have a blank mentality of losing your manhood to so-called be a member nowadays. I asked DJI earlier. I said, man, so I'm gonna give you a scenario because I know up in New York is a lot stiffer, especially in the jails. If you're locked up, the police can come with a blackjack, bust you across your fucking forehead for nothing. You can't even go report that officer for fucking violating you. That so-called snitching. Come the hell on, man. Like, come on, man. You are taking. But they started taking every just for the numbers, man. Say it again. It's like, man, you've taken away the ability to even be a man. That's the standard of being a member of being part of one of these organizations in 2023. You can't even have the standards of being a man and stand firm on something that a man believes in. That ain't got nothing to do with being no vile or wretched turncoat ass nigga. Come on, man. These rules. That's why I say the streets is a myth. That's why I stand on that now. The streets is a myth. And I was born and raised under that umbrella of that growth and development. But man, at the same time, certain codes of ethics I live by regardless of what I'm representing. That's just a part. You can't have a now trust and believe. If you make any type of statements to the police against said individual in the streets to benefit your cause, and of course we all know what the hell telling and ratting and being a rat bastard snitch, all of that is. We know this. We gotta stop crossing the lines and making these blurred, you know what I mean, making blurred statements and everything coincide with each other when it all don't go together, man. Like for real. They're taking anybody just for numbers. You don't have people that are stand-up people, strong men. Yes, you have to worry more about your brothers than you do the so-called ops. Exactly, man. That is such a true, man. That is fact. And it's like, man, they over there, they're saying so much, F the police, fuck the police. We can't. I'm like, see, I look at shit through a different lens. We all pushing to make our color and our people advance in this country, in this world, and the betterment of our people. We should not be telling these kids, police are taboo, police are the devil, police are. We should be, if you want some change, this is my take on it. We should be grooming these kids to become chiefs of police. We should be grooming these kids to become judges. We should be grooming these kids to be put in place in Congress. I believe you have to work inside out to change something instead of outside trying to go in and knock the doors down. Only way you're going to be able to work from outside in. You see how them white boys did at the White House? Where everybody lock arms, we go up in this motherfucker, and man, demand some shit. That's the only way you can go from outside in. But enough of us are not militant enough and willing to stand on something that really means something to even think like that. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, man, I can't go up under that umbrella of just foolishness. I mean, it's like, man, you can't even, they tie your hands now if you're a so-called member, especially because now any organization is supposed to just be wretched. You have to be just a vile individual. You have to be willing to just eradicate, harm, and hurt and poison everything you touch. That's supposed to be the meaning of being in organizations now. I wouldn't want no parts of that shit. That's not what, none of this Bloods, Crips, GDs, BDs, Blackstone, none of that shit was created for that type of mythology that these fuckers is living by, man. Like, man, you're taking away You're taking away men being able to have morals, men being able to be men just under the name of said organization. Come on, man. That's that. We all know what ratting is. We all know what telling is. We all know what being a snitch is. You can't take you can't take away a man's mentality and heart, the way a man's heart pumps as far as being a stand-up man and protecting. I can't go over there and stop that police from slapping that old lady up and then tell these dirty motherfuckers why I did it, why I helped her. I can't do that. Come on, man. That's it. That's unreal. That's unrealistic. That makes no sense. And that's the stupidest way of thinking that we can possibly have. And that's what we instilling into these little fucks out here. That's why they so fucking heartless. That's why they on demon time. That's why they'll kill everything that's out on the block and don't even get the target that they were so-called looking for, man. You understand? They have no remorse after they do it because we instilling these unworldly like fucking thoughts into these kids' head that you gotta be just a savage. Man, come on, bro. A gangster is a stand-up, smart, man, sturdy individual that, man, definitely has a fucking heart and care about the people that he's trying to look out for, man. Y'all got the wrong perception and fucking definition of what a gangster is. If you try to go to college, get a job, they clown you. If you are a police officer, then they look at you like the enemy. It makes no sense. It's like I'm saying, man, they was tongue-tied when I said that today. I'm like, damn. So you mean to tell me everybody that's coming up now, all you tell your kids is, ooh, the police is bad. You never talk to the police. You don't go near the police. Police is, you gotta, come on, yo. Like, what the fuck? Right, a gangster has morals, respect, loyalty, all this, every bit of that. Now people say a gangster is somebody that is just downright evil because it's all negative. Say it again, man. It makes no sense to me. And it's like, man, we living by that and standing by that and sitting there, you got Willis Gotti. I messed that up, so I deleted it. I totally understand where you're going with, because it's easy to process. You know what I mean? Like, for real. And they got Gotti over there. Just, nah, you shoot the police. You do this. You can't say this. You got Gotti over there leading the charge where the people in the chat is, yeah, Gotti. Gotti the only one over there keeping it real. That is fucking, that enough right there should tell everybody that watches that or hear that, we need to start thinking a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Gotti's the one that ain't even he gonna put a battery in one of these young boys' back and get their fucking brains blew out. And he might be sitting right there with him and he ain't gonna go out there and help do a damn thing. You know what I mean? Let's stop allowing this rhetoric to be, man, to be considered what the laws that we abide by. Like, man, come on, that shit, I don't want no parts of that. Because it's like, man, I'm not just gonna be a vile-ass individual in said name of the organization and think, and I gotta dumb myself down, because that's all it is. That's completely dumbing yourself down, stripping away your manhood, stripping away your moral code or your heartbeat just to say I'm a member. Man, get the hell up out of here, man. Get the hell up out of here. Nah, I don't want to part of that. That's some what you call it? That's borderline Satan worshiping to me. that's some other shit. You know what I mean? For real. It's like, man, I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm like, man, the way that type of thinking, man, ain't no change gonna happen. No change is gonna happen. The kids now, grandkids will still be having the same exact conversation if these are if this is the blueprint that we are supplying to our young boys and young girls. I mean, come on, man. This shit is crazy to me. You know what I mean? It's like, man, YouTube is cool. People would say anything out of their mouth just to get some views or whatever. Man, each his own, man. Much respect to them and more power to them. I just can't get up here and say anything just to, man, so-called get in the algorithm, so-called go viral, whatever, man. I don't need no shock value just to, man, this how I feel for real. So you know what I mean? That's just what it is, man. I look at it like this. The police, they doing a job. My job is not to get not to get caught by them. Change comes from within. If people can't get along enough to go have a drink, have a barbecue, man, exactly. It's like, man, you have to. I had somebody tell me the other day, because I wound up addressing somebody that said some rhetoric to me. And I saw somebody in the comments say, Jack can't talk tough. He ain't even that. From what he say, he's never even did no whole bunch of jail time. And motherfuckers is in the comments and on the platform. Yeah, you see what I mean? They agree. Do you really hear what the fuck you just said? So you telling me because I didn't get caught, I didn't get caught, I'm not a real one? Because your ass got caught and went and did a decade. that makes you the standard of what being a real one is. I'm a G because I didn't see my kids finish fucking elementary through high school. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the hell up out of here. But I was thinking, man, it's so fucking twisted, man. It's crazy to me. There would be no change. If people would unite, the strength would be unbelievable. But nobody trusts, and man, don't trust nobody but except somebody that's going to sit there and pull the wool over their eyes, man. Trust used to be given. Now you have to earn it. That says a whole lot. Man, that says entirely a whole lot. You know, everybody automatically thinks you're trying to get over on them immediately. As soon as they automatically put up a wall saying, you got to watch them. Anybody that looks just like them. But then you have a motherfucker that's sitting there rolling the dice, sitting there greasing it up, ready to straight raw dog your ass. They go over there blindside. Oh, yes, he must be trustworthy. We are the stupidest set of fucking people, man. I don't understand it, yo. Right? That is crazy to me. How does getting caught become a badge of honor, man? I'm like, damn. I've done everything, every so-called crime that so-called makes you be considered a real one. Yeah. But I always thought about what the hell I was doing before I did it. I always thought about, now, if I do this type of crime, how many years do that hold? If I do this, how many years do that hold? So I always maneuvered about and knew what the hell I was looking at before I did it. You understand? I always, man, what's up, Blue? What it do? Top shots. I always paid attention to what type of time I could possibly be looking at if I was to get caught. I always just tried to stay 2 steps ahead. I didn't do dumb shit. If you pay attention to what's really going on, you don't have to get caught. But they put a stamp and a moniker on me because I didn't do a bunch of jail time. I can't be considered a real one. Okay. If that's your way of thinking, more power to you. But I see why our kids is fucked up right now. Like, seriously. Man, Top Shots, what's up, my brother? What it do? When I went to prison, I felt stupid. It was a waste of time. It made me more angry. Exact, man. Now, my little stints that I've done, I'm miserable. I am completely miserable sitting up in there. And man, if the first couple little bullshit, that was enough for me. Didn't get caught means you really know how to move in these streets. Say it again, Blue. But they look at it totally opposite. They look at it, well, he can't be a real one. He didn't waste 10 years of his life. How the fuck do you say that out loud and really think that shit, man? Like, come on, yo. Now that you have to prove what you have done or else it didn't happen. In my day, you didn't want anybody knowing you were doing anything. You didn't want to be on no pictures. You didn't want to be seen. You didn't want to talk. You did not do no telling about bragging or nothing. Nowadays, you have to, it's show and tell. But that's why everybody get a 2 to 3 year run, then they have a RICO charge. Period. That's universal now. It's universal now. And they don't even The shit is scripted, man. And what I hung my hat on trying to tell them brothers today, we are the only group of race that never that ties our own hands. You see the Italians, when they walk in the courtroom, they don't even have to say a word because they have some of their own people sitting right there. Your Honor, Polishmen. Every race of people set themselves up to succeed in this country except for black people. We tie our own hands. We telling our kids, do not become policemen. Do not become judges. Do not become these aldermen, these senators, where we can change some of these fucking laws, where we can get inside and maneuver some of this fucking machine. Sitting outside just being dumb as a fuck. Why do you think the illegals have pretty much passed our ass on up by now? We sitting our ass still sitting on our hands, still talking about keeping it real. Nigga, I'm one of the real ones. Stalk down gorilla. I got to at least do 20 years. If I do 20 years, and I was 20 when I went, how long you got left to fucking live to make that shit up, man? Like, come on, man. You gotta start thinking more logically, man. For real. Gangsters moving silent. Say it again, Blue. You already know you fairer than most of these cats on here. Plus, they have paid lawyers that do everything they can for them. Yep. Public defenders always work with the prosecutor. They go to the same country club, the same bar, and they cash their check at the same goddamn place, man. I've been telling them this for years. Like, for real. Man, I appreciate y'all, man. I just wanted to tap in on that for a minute, man, because the amount of people that's looking at this, the way they're looking at it, it's like, it's amazing to me. I'm like, damn. So I see why we so far behind. It's like, man, I see why we're blinded by our own everything. We taking the power out of our own hands. We taking having common sense out of our own hands. If you're supposed to be one of the big members in these said organizations, you should be the members. Usually one of the dudes that use their brains and try to dissect and maneuver and do shit in a strategic, smart way. Not go and crash the fuck out and crash everybody out. That's what they say. If you have to do now to be a member, I don't want no parts of that shit. For real. How can you be mad that these people, police officers, do not live in your community, don't care about how you live, if you don't want your own people to be police officers? Exactly. How are you going to complain that they take a job somewhere else and they police it where they don't even give a fuck about? Because we telling our kids, don't be a police. Don't. What the fuck is you? Only way it's going to, if you have a problem with the police, the more of your own kind that's there, the probability is it evens out some, right? But we take that away because as soon as we see one that is one, he'll sell out. Man, you can't trust that nigga, man. That nigga, we take their blackness away as soon as they become a police, as soon as they become a senator, as soon as they become a judge. We taboo their ass. Ooh, now they poison because they made it in, and then you get violated so much, they say fuck it and then leave and don't come back. This why we keep fucking hitting the same brick wall, yo. Like, come on, man, for real. I love you said the prosecutor owes me one. I looked at him thinking, what? Like, yeah, like her. But he was for real when he told you that shit. You do know that, right? We can't believe that shit, but he was totally honest. All you had to do was pay that money to get that IOU. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, dead serious, man. Man, I appreciate y'all. Like, man, I really do, man. I just wanted to, put my 2 cents in on that, man. Combo, man, definitely appreciate you. Definitely appreciate you. Yeah, Blue, I'll be missing you, baby. Hope everything all good, sis. For real. Man, top shot, you already know what it is, bro. Man, but everybody, man, appreciate y'all. Just tapping in, man, trying to, keep some level-headed around here, man. Everybody got to hit the same direction and keep bumping their damn head, getting these doohickeys on the corners. I'm still the one that look around the corner to make sure I don't crack my head. I'd rather walk around and go up an extra block instead of busting my damn forehead open. So, I probably do it a little differently, but hey, I got to be me, man. This is my therapy. This is my truth. And this is me trying to tell these shorties, man, the streets is a myth. Don't fall into the BS of them telling you have to apply to this type of rule. You have to apply to that type of standard. You have to dumb yourself down. You have to be a complete fucking idiot or you not accepted around here, man. I ain't gonna be accepted then. For real, for real. So man, I appreciate y'all, man. Let's keep talking, man, and telling the truth out here, man. It's enough lies going on, man. For real, for real. Man, what brothers, man? Who would care more about your community? Exactly. Somebody that lives in it or somebody that comes to work in it. Man, say it again, say it again. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you, man. Like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. Yeah, Chicago's finest. Man, everybody be safe out here, all right? Keep putting the real words out here, man. We got to. Because these fools is crazy. Let's go. Yak Chicago's finest. Yak Chicago's finest. Holla back.